Hey, personality peekers. Today's quick peek is for the person who walks into a brainstorm, lights up the room with a bold future, and then quietly thinks, amazing, now let me build it properly. Because you do not just love ideas, you love outcomes. Today's archetype is the Visioneer, outgoing, vivid, big picture thinker, logical, mapped, and structured, calm under pressure. And yes, you like control of the execution. Your tagline says it perfectly. I champion bold ideas built on logical structure. Just let me control the execution my way. The Visioneer is the rare mix of imagination and discipline. You gather input, you spark excitement, you pull people into the possibility, and then, once the direction is clear, you take the reins, not because you do not trust others, but because you trust your internal compass and you move faster when you own the method. Here is what makes you wired this way. First, bold ideation. You naturally think beyond normal boundaries. You see what could exist next before others even see the gap. Second, structure. You build them on frameworks, assumptions, constraints, and real-world reasoning so the vision can survive contact with reality. Third, calm determination. When things wobble, you do not spiral, you stay steady, adjust the plan, and keep moving. Fourth, self-directed execution. Once the plan is formed, you prefer personal. You want to decide the sequence, the standards, the details, the final call. Fifth, outgoing enthusiasm. You share the vision loudly at first because you know excitement creates permission. People lean in, and then you lock in. Now here is your core insight. Your superpower is turning big future thinking into a concrete plan, but your biggest upgrade is preventing your leadership from becoming a silo. Because visionaries can fall into three common traps. 1. Limited collaborative input. You ask for ideas, but you finalize alone, and you might miss the one insight that would have made the plan cleaner and stronger. 2. Over-control. When you hold the reins too tightly, people stop contributing and the team becomes passive instead of powerful. When execution becomes a one-person mission, alignment suffers, updates lag, and suddenly the organization is reacting to your plan instead of moving with it. Let's picture the classic Visioneer moment. A company wants to launch a futuristic new product line. Everyone has opinions. Design wants bold, operations wants realistic, marketing wants hype, finance wants numbers. You do the smart thing. You let everyone speak. You pull the best ideas forward. Then you go quiet. You build the strategy on your own. Clear milestones, budgets, roles, dependencies, and a rollout timeline that actually makes sense. You return with a plan that feels exciting but also feels inevitable. That is Visioneer magic. Imagination plus structure equals delivery. Now here is how you level this up without losing autonomy. First upgrade, create input lanes. Pick 2 or 3 areas where feedback is required, like risk, customer impact, or technical feasibility. Everything else you own. This keeps you in control without cutting off the smartest contributions. Second upgrade, run short checkpoints, not long meetings. 15 minutes, clear agenda, 2 questions. What changed? What do you need from me? This keeps people aligned without draining your momentum. Third upgrade, delegate outcomes, not tasks. If you want help without chaos, assign ownership like this. You own the research stream. You own the launch checklist. You own stakeholder communications. Then you integrate it into your blueprint without having to micromanage the process. Because the truth is this. Organizations need people who can see the future and also build the bridge to reach it. The Visioneer creates that bridge. Bold ideas, logical structure, calm follow-through, and a steady hand on execution. Quick peek question before you go. When you get excited about a new idea, do you instinctively A. keep brainstorming forever, or B. start mapping the steps and privately planning how you will execute it? If it is B, and you feel calmer when you are holding the reins, you might be a Visioneer. Curious if this is you? Head to personalitypeek.com and take the free Core 64 quiz. Tomorrow we peek at an archetype who is also visionary, but they are more collaborative in execution and less attached to controlling the how. See you then.